The air crackled with anticipation. The world held its breath. On that fateful day in 2013, white smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel chimney, announcing a new era for the Catholic Church. Jorge Mario Bergoglio of Argentina, a man of humble beginnings, became Pope Francis. He was the first Latin American pope, a Jesuit intellectual known for his simple lifestyle and pastoral approach. He inherited a church grappling with internal divisions, financial scandals, and a crisis of faith. His papacy, a tapestry woven with threads of reform and mystery, would leave an indelible mark on the world. Francis's ascension ignited a spark of hope. He was a man of the people, eschewing the opulent papal apartments for a modest Vatican guesthouse. He embraced the poor and marginalized, washing the feet of prisoners and refugees. His message of mercy and compassion resonated far beyond the walls of the Vatican. Yet, beneath the surface of this humble shepherd, lay a shrewd intellect, a cunning strategist navigating the treacherous currents of Vatican politics. His every move was scrutinized, every word dissected. Whispers followed him through the marbled corridors of power. Was he a true reformer, a revolutionary in disguise, or was there something more at play? As the years of his papacy unfolded, the world watched, captivated by the enigma that was Pope Francis. Now, as we reflect on his legacy, we must ask, what did he truly leave behind? While many praised him for his humility and focus on the poor, others questioned the secrecy, ritual, and unaccountable wealth embedded in the institution he led. Behind closed doors, the Vatican holds trillions in untaxed assets, manages real estate empires, and has paid billions in hush money for decades of abuse. The enigma of Pope Francis remains, a legacy shrouded in both mystery and reform. The Vatican, shrouded in mystery, holds secrets that span centuries. Alleged ties to ancient power structures have long been whispered about. The Catholic Church is said to quietly siphon wealth from the world's most vulnerable, especially children and the poor, who suffer the most. The power dynamics within the Vatican are complex and often hidden from public view. These dynamics have profound implications for global politics and economics. The Vatican's influence extends far beyond religious boundaries, impacting world leaders and policies. What truths lie hidden within the Vatican's archives? While fostering interreligious dialogue, the Vatican's true motives remain a topic of speculation. The Church's commitment to social justice is often questioned. Critics argue that the Church's stance on issues like the death penalty and nuclear disarmament is inconsistent. The Vatican's advocacy for migrants and refugees is seen by some as a moral obligation, by others as a political maneuver. The Pope's role as a global icon of compassion and moral authority is both celebrated and scrutinized. The Church's pronouncements on economic inequality resonate with millions, yet its own wealth raises questions. In this episode of Fact Shocked, we delve into the occult history embedded in the Vatican. Join us as we uncover the alleged ties to ancient power structures and the Church's hidden influence on the world's most vulnerable. Pope Francis's progressive stance ignited a firestorm of controversy within the Catholic Church. Traditionalists, clinging to centuries-old doctrines, viewed his reforms as an assault on the very foundations of their faith. The Church, once a monolith of unwavering dogma, found itself riven by dissent. His pronouncements on issues like divorce, homosexuality, and the role of women in the Church were met with fierce resistance from conservative factions. They accused him of diluting the Church's teachings, of pandering to secular values. The battle lines were drawn, pitting reformer against traditionalist in a struggle for the soul of the Church. The rift deepened with each passing year. Conservative cardinals and bishops openly challenged Francis's authority. They accused him of sowing confusion among the faithful. They launched media campaigns to discredit his reforms. The Church, once a symbol of unity and stability, found itself embroiled in a bitter internal struggle. The weight of tradition bore down on Francis's shoulders. He was caught in a crossfire, pulled between the demands of modernity and the weight of centuries-old dogma. The Church he inherited was a house divided. His efforts to bridge the divide, to forge a path forward, would determine the fate of the Catholic Church for generations to come. But beyond the public eye, the Vatican's secrecy and ritual have long been subjects of intrigue and controversy. It's time to ask questions we weren't allowed to ask before. we delve into the hidden aspects of the Church's operations and its impact on the global stage. Pope Francis inherited a church reeling from the devastating sexual abuse scandals that had rocked its foundations. Victims, silenced for decades, were finally finding their voices, demanding justice and accountability. The world watched as the Church, once a beacon of moral authority, grappled with the sins of its past. Francis vowed to address the crisis head-on. He established a commission to investigate allegations of abuse. He met with victims, offering apologies and promises of reform. He defrocked priests found guilty of abuse and implemented stricter guidelines for child protection. Yet his efforts were often met with skepticism and anger. Critics accused him of not doing enough, of protecting the Church's reputation at the expense of the victims. They pointed to his reluctance to hold high-ranking officials accountable for their role in covering up abuse. The shadow of these scandals loomed large over Francis's papacy. His attempts to atone for the sins of the past, to heal the wounds inflicted on countless lives, were met with mixed reactions. As we reflect on Pope Francis's legacy, we must consider both the praise and the criticism. His focus on the poor and humility contrasted sharply with the immense wealth and secrecy of the Vatican. What does this duality mean for the future of the Catholic Church?